Yo, what's going on, guys? So this build, is another that build I was talking about in my past videos about that I thought it was better, a little better than the creature hybrid build for Nikolai. So this build right here, take note of the equipment that I'm using. I'm using the fast setup there for the cameras, the cooling fan, and I'm using the other. Those two are for I'm not sure the exact name for them, but it makes the negative effect they call it higher. It's in the trap equipment category. Those two. I'm using level 3 and level 2 there. Now, as far as his passive abilities, I'm using the one where it increases the ammo on the guns and the duration as well. And I'm using the one where shooting them will mark them. And as far as for Nemesis, I'm using the one where it just he recharges faster when he has, when they're marked or down, it makes the recharge for Nemesis faster. Those are the perks I'm using. Now the deck, I'll show you. You see them in gameplay here, and I'll explain to you why everything is in there on the deck as well. So there's two low ranks there. This will be match 1. I'll get more matches using this build so you guys can have a better idea how it works. So the infectious zombies there this time is really more about this build is really more about eating time away than downing them so much. You still get downs, but it's mostly about the time. So I have a zombie there behind the door, infected, because again we're trying to take away time, so the infection will help. You see the other cards there. I have the machine gun, I have the air cannon, and I have the immobilizing round. Now the air cannon is really just for also wasting time, but also marking them, because when I shoot them with that, they will be marked. So I'm always trying to focus on different targets, so they will be marked. Also, that trap equipment that I was using, it also extends the amount of time they are tracked for. Just so you know that. So you see, because I have 2 shots on my immobilizing round, and it takes so long for them to get out, I can even kill like multiple people with a single machine gun. Now this is because again, this of that equipment that I was using on that I told you it was on the trap section. The first two equipment that I showed you there on my deck, besides the cooling fan and the speed setup of the camera, those make it so they immobilize the rounds. One of the effects, right? They will last. They need to mash the button way more to get away from the mobilizing rounds. And that I'm pretty sure that effect also has an effect on lag traps. You see right here, I'm chain binding. I'm chain binding using a crawler. It's pretty funny. So yeah, I also have the shield there, as you can see, on my deck, and I have the mod for efficiency. The shield is really there just in case, you get those teams that they just have to shoot your cameras, or for any moment you feel like you need to, use a shield so not get destroyed. That's why the card's there. Now I also have a clone, and I also have the quick draw on my deck, so you can cycle better. And the clone is for using repeatedly something you want to use repeatedly, like the immobilizing rounds, for example. Immobilizing rounds is really the biggest key here, because you want to use that and then go into the gun, shooting them and downing them, and also getting time away. Or you want to use the mobilizing round to then control the zombie that's infected and infect everyone just with your swings. Another card I have on my deck that it didn't show up here because of how fast they lost the game is the energy leech. I'm also using that. You didn't get to see it there, but I'm also using it. And so you can get energy from using the zombie. So this is match 1. I'll be uploading more matches using this build so you guys can have a better feel of how it works and how powerful it is, and other ways you can use them.